Hi, my video blog will be short today as we plan how we're going to think about the history of education in our education policy class. You got a lot of videos to watch today, so I won't engage you in a lot of time on this video, but I just want to talk about what we're doing on the discussion board and how to think about these videos. For many of you, the history of education videos will be a lot information that you're familiar with, things that you've covered in your professional history and thinking about schools and doing outside reading, and then maybe in coursework you've done before. But I thought they were a nice, concise way of just of providing everybody with a common background and a touchstone for thinking about the history of education. The focus on our discussion board for this week is not just to report back knowledge that we have about how schools used to evolve, but to think about what are the reasons and the most critical levers behind key moments in change in the way that we approach schooling in this country, and what is it about those changes that we've experienced that provide valuable lessons for us moving forward. And as we think about education reform and what it is we're trying to accomplish, which was a big part of the discussion that we had last week, I want you to try to answer the question, uh, are there lessons that we should be learning from our past? And we can think about that a couple of different ways. One is, has our evolution showed us that there are better ways to do things, and we have to be cautious not to make similar mistakes that we've made in the past? And another way of thinking about it is there a way that we can glean some better ideas or some new approaches moving forward from what we've done in the past? In other words, by looking backwards, can that give us some insights into what we should be doing in the future? Or is it the case that the charge of what schools are supposed to do now has changed so dramatically, and our clientele is so different in public schools than it was in the past, that uh, those old solutions don't make sense anymore? And if so, why? And what does that look? What do those old solutions look like? And do we find ourselves falling into that trap of sort of recycling things because they worked in the past, when in reality that they may have worked um, to accomplish different things or with different groups of people than we're working with now? So a lot of big questions to consider, and so the discussion board, I think, may take several different directions this week, and that's okay. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. So, as always, if you have any questions about what it is we're doing this week or about the materials that I've asked you to look at, don't hesitate to share those with me either by email or preferably on the discussion board. And I look forward to seeing you online.